Hello, welcome to the light. I'm Reverend Craig Wright. The purpose of this video ministry is to provide you with the illuminating, precise mathematical insights only available through the study of numerology. In Psalms 90 verse 12, Moses writes, "So teach us to number our days so we can apply our hearts to wisdom." I'm going to start with the number 13. This is the most feared number in the universe. I've been on elevators that have gone from the 12th floor to the 14th floor, and these are brand new buildings, so this fear of the number 13 is very much alive. I'm going to tell you 3 stories about the number 13, starting with King Arthur. Back in the old days, the kings had square tables. If you were at the right-hand side of the king, you were his right-hand man. You were highly favored. If you were sitting at the end of the long square table, the king's dogs would get fed before you will, okay? Totally disrespect. You could tell just from where you were sitting at the table. Well, King Arthur did away with this, with a round table. This round table made everyone equal. There were no corners. Everyone was equal. He still had his right-hand man, okay, because that was very important, that the person to your right was someone you could trust. Back in the day, most people were right-handed, and you want someone from your right who could thrust you with a dagger. Okay, so the person on your right, you wanted to make sure it was someone you could trust. But why am I telling you about the story of King Arthur and this transition from square table to round table? Because there were 12 knights and King Arthur made 13. So it's a great story. He was a great guy. But that story is about the number 13. You see, 0 is a symbol for God. So it is through awakening our spirituality, truth, honor, those qualities of Camelot that he spoke of. By awakening our spirituality, these qualities can begin to flow through us. They are God's qualities. The body is a temple of the spirit within. So by embracing our godliness, we can expect these qualities to flow through us as well. Okay? King Arthur, from the square table to the round table. Major transition. There was another gentleman who also had 12 disciples. Need I say more? The story of Christ. Christ taught us, turn the other cheek. Do good to those who harm you. Before Christ came on the scene, it was the law of the land, was Moses' law, was an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Well, Jesus taught an eye for an eye will leave everyone blind. Now, his message is still getting out, but more and more we're starting to awaken once again to the fact that it is the power of love that dwells within us, the body of the spirit of the temple within. Check out chapter 6, verse 19 of 1 Corinthians, okay? And you'll see the body is a temple of the spirit within. Well, Jesus also taught this. In fact, his number 13 story shows he conquered death. So while most people think that the number 13 means death, I always say what is death to the caterpillar is life to the butterfly. We don't die. We simply transition back to our original state, which is oneness with the Creator, created by the Word in the image of God. Yes, we're not physical beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. One more story to share with you about the number 13. And that is the story of a bold colony who dared go against the most powerful nation on the planet. This nation was so strong and powerful, the sun never set on it. Okay, they had a little piece of the pie everywhere around the globe. Of course, I'm talking about America, and who was a colony, and the great power of England. When there were 13 colonies, that's when they made their move. There were 13 ships, 13 stars, 13 stripes. I could go on and on about this number 13 as it is associated with our country. But it brought about a change, a release, and a transformation. Such a transformation that many people, as a result of seeing America's success, started to rebel against their colony rulers and the ripples of freedom are still spreading through the globe today. So that's the number 13. It is nothing to be feared. It simply means change, release, transformation. Everything must change. Old things must die to be reborn. The 13 does symbolize death, but not the way most people think of it. An artist whose painting is made famous has died from the unknown and has been reborn into being famous. A couple who gets married dies as a single couple and is reborn into the state of matrimony as oneness as a couple. So the 13 means change, release, and transformation. Hopefully I've been able to shed some light on that number. If you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. You can visit my website. Anyone who'd like to get a complimentary consultation may do so that way. Also, for more information on numerology, I want to invite you to take a look at my book. It's entitled It All Adds Up. It's also available on my website and through all the major bookstores. This is Reverend Craig Wright, wishing you peace, love, and blessings.